Welcome to Roofing Road Trips, the podcast that takes you on a thrilling journey across the world of roofing. From fascinating interviews with roofing experts to on-the-road adventures, we'll uncover the stories, innovations, and challenges that shape the rooftops over our heads. So fasten your seatbelts and join us as we embark on this exciting roofing road trip.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Roofing Road Trips from Roofer's Coffee Shop. My name is Karen Edwards, and today's episode, I am thrilled to welcome Brandi McElhaney and Rich Russo from the International Roofing Expo, because we're going to get a sneak peek at what's happening at the International Roofing Expo 2026. Brandi and Rich, welcome to the podcast.
Thanks for having us, Karen.
Hi, Karen. Thanks for having us.
Yeah, this is the industry's biggest event of the year, and there's so much work that goes into it. And you guys work really hard to bring new experiences and new opportunities for those that are attending. But before we dive into everything that's happening at the show, I'd like you both to introduce yourself. Tell us a little bit about your background and your role there at Informa and what you do for the International Roofing Expo. So, Brandi, why don't you get us started?
Okay, sounds good. I have been with the roofing show for about 20 years now, previously in the conference manager role, and most recently I just switched over to show management. So I'm excited about seeing other aspects of the show because I've lived in the conference world for about 20 years.
Nice. And Rich.
Excellent. Yep. Rich Russo. I am the show director for the International Roofing Expo. This is going on my fourth edition. I can't believe it. It happens so fast. I've been in the events business for over 25 years, but with roofing and Informa for coming up on my fourth show. Super excited and can't wait to dive into everything we got going on at roofing this year.
Got it. Oh, wow. So, and your last name is Russo, not Russo. I'm
It
sorry
is,
about
but
that.
you know what? I answer to both, so it's this common challenge that I've grown up with. So no issues at all.
Yeah, well, I just want to say, you guys, there's so much work that goes into the International Roofing Expo. It is the biggest event in our industry. And I would like you to maybe just touch on, because there are people that maybe have never been to the IRE, and what makes it such an important event for the roofing industry?
Sure. Honestly, the roofing expo IRE, as we call it, it's the heartbeat of this industry, of the roofing industry. It's the gathering place. It's the community. It's where everybody gets to see old friends. It's where you get to meet new friends, business partners. You get education. It is really the annual hub for innovation, education, networking, and fun. And in all honesty, if you've never been to the International Roofing Expo, there's something for everybody, and you will be busy from the second you walk through the door to the second you jump on the plane to go home. So there's so many things going on, and again, I can't wait to dive into it.
Yeah. It's always a buzz, right? There's just a buzz in the air, and you captured it from the minute you walk in till the minute you leave. You're busy and you're learning and you're having a great experience. So let's talk about IRE is January 20th through the 22nd, right? Okay.
That is correct.
And that's in Las Vegas. So let's talk about some of the highlights that we're going to see at the 2026 IRE.
Yeah, so we are very excited to be back in Vegas. We're in the actual a different hall this year, the West Hall. It's a beautiful space. I think our attendees are going to love it. It's the newest hall of the Las Vegas Convention Center, and it's really conducive to great networking. No matter what part of the hall you are on, we specifically designed it to where there's things happening in every corner of the show floor. We're reimagining our sponsorship to create a deeper, more meaningful interaction between attendees and exhibitors. We want to transform the attendee experience where you just don't feel like you're entering a trade show. Our goal is to create a community where everyone can network and connect.
Yeah, so I imagine that one of the biggest challenges is keeping things evolving, right? Keeping them fresh because the industry's changing all the time, right? Products, technologies, all that stuff. So, how do you continue to meet the needs of roofing contractors and keep bringing people back every year?
It's a great question, Karen, and honestly, I think that's what gets me so excited about the events industry. Every year we have a blank canvas and we get to start from scratch. So what we do is we rely on our partners, our customers, industry experts such as yourself, and we talk and communicate about what's coming up. So for instance, we partner with the NRCA. They are amazing partners. We fully support their mission and their initiatives. We work directly with them on content, critical challenges that everybody's facing, like workforce development, mental health awareness. Additionally, we have a number of advisory committees that we work with. So we have a show advisory board, we have a Hispanic contractors committee, we have manufacturers and contractors committee as well. And we get valuable insights from everybody about what's important, what are the hot buttons, what keeps them up at night, what do they want to see more of, what do they want to see less of. And we put all that together. And in all honesty, that's again what kind of motivates us and drives us forward, is because we get to create something from scratch every single year. And we wouldn't be in business if we did the same thing year over year. So in all honesty, that's what we strive for, is to make it new, exciting, invigorating, engaging for the customers when they come. As Brandi said, we want them to walk into the IRE experience, not just a trade show.
Yeah, yeah, and, part of that IRE experience is, yes, it's a big trade show, and it's a great opportunity to talk to the manufacturers and the distributors and the service providers and see what's new, but the education program there is really, really impressive, and maybe you can just talk a little bit about how that process works. How do you pick what classes to offer, a lot of work goes into that as well.
A lot. And we get so many submissions. And in our regular conference program, we have 45 slots. So I guess my least favorite part of my job was selecting those. But we have a very, very strong advisory board who looks over every submission, and we meet to discuss, hey, what are the latest trends? Who's, the hottest speaker and things like that. So we rely heavily on them. And that's part of our success.
I think that just goes to show the passion that this industry has. Is we get roughly 300 submissions every single year, and to pour through these with people that are passionate about their topic, their products, the information and the knowledge that they've gotten throughout their experiences, and willing and wanting to share them, again, to me shows that the commitment of this community, and it shows in their presentations on site. So if you haven't participated in the educational sessions, they are amazing, and truly everybody will walk away with actionable items that they can implement into their everyday jobs right away.
Yeah, that's important.
And as Rich said, the speakers, they're wanting everyone to succeed. So they'll come on stage and say, "Hey guys, this is what happened when I tried to do whatever, and hey, it failed. So let's not. I don't want you to make the same mistakes." Or, "Hey, this is the secret to my success. Maybe you can do it as well." So not all industries are like that. It's truly like a huge family. It's a great community.
Really is. The one thing about the roofing industry is so many people want to give back and they want to help others succeed. And I've been to some of the education programs, and they are not sales pitches, right? These are
Yeah.
industry experts who are educating on anything from new technologies to implementing new programs in your business to mental health, right? You cover the gamut, and because you have so many sessions, not everyone can go to each session. So I always like to try to tell people, if you have a team, look at that education session ahead of time and split up if you need to, so that one person can bring this tidbit back, and then someone else can attend a different session and bring those nuggets back, because it's a big show.
Yes, you can't be everywhere all at once, but we do audio tape most of our conference programs. So that's another thing. We offer these for sale for people who aren't able to make it, or, hey, I was able to attend that session and I want to bring it back to my company and share it with my staff. So those are very helpful tools for companies to have.
Yeah, I think, in the last few years too, you have implemented, the ability to, have some Spanish offerings, educationally, but also some translation. Could you touch on that a little bit?
Sure, we adopted Wordly, which is it's a program that you basically just scan a QR code when you walk into the room, and we can translate that, or not we, but the program translates um, English to Spanish or vice versa. So we saw a real uptick in the usage of that last year, and so we're planning to have that again this year. And
Excellent,
we
yeah.
we also do have an entire Latino track, though, that is truly all in Spanish. So each day and each time slot of the conference program, we do offer sessions in Spanish.
Fantastic, okay. So, what about new features, programs, special events? Give us a sneak peek into what we can expect in 2026.
Sure. We have a new exhibitor program that we're very excited about. It's called IRE First Look, and it's basically to welcome emerging companies into the industry. We developed a specialized exhibitor participation program for those new to the market. So it helps businesses, again, new to the roofing sector, showcase their solutions through efficient design, turnkey, cost effective exhibits. So it's a smaller footprint on the show floor, but at least they're in there and they have their foot in the door. So we're super excited about that this year. And we've also doubled the size of our exteriors pavilion for 2026. Basically, it's showcasing our dedication to the exterior product categories and home improvement, windows, solar, doors, and siding. And we're also partnering with SRS on a pro contractor pavilion education area to bring more exposure to this segment of the industry.
Yeah, so many roofing contractors are starting to do all those other exterior projects, right? They're because the customer says, "Hey, do you guys do gutters? Do you do windows? Do you do siding?" And it just kind of makes sense because that's just additional opportunities for the contractor. So by having that section dedicated to that, I think that's really, really important. Because then they get more bang for their buck coming to the conference because that stuff is there too.
It's a great point, Karen. And as a matter of fact, this is something that came out of one of our focus groups a couple years ago when we asked the industry, "What are you looking for?" And we had some contractors come up to us and say, "Hey, we want to expand our roofing business. We're getting questions from our customers on, do you do windows? Do you do siding? Do you do trim work?" And it's a natural evolution for them to provide more services for their customers. So this Pro Contractors Pavilion is dedicated to kind of giving the tools necessary for those roofing contractors that want to expand their businesses, learn how other contractors have made that transition, who to talk to, how do you get involved, and really kind of understand how to expand their businesses into that new category. So again, it's something that came out of us trying to ask the industry, what do you need, and then trying to deliver that on the other side where we're providing value for them to expand their
Yeah.
businesses.
It's so important to ask what people are looking for and then being able to deliver it. I love Brandy, the new exhibitor program. I think did you have that last year? Because I think I remember seeing some setups where it's kind of a counter, a logo on the front, and it's a real easy way for a first time exhibitor to basically get their foot in the door and get a feel for the show.
Yes, we did have that last year, but it really wasn't defined. We had a unique situation last year where we were sold out of exhibit space, so we were able to get access to another part of the hall for only 2 days. So that we came up with the idea of just smaller booths that we can break down after the 2 days, but, at least we ran out of space, but at least we made room for people that still
Yeah.
wanted to be a part of the show, and then it sort of evolved into this, what if we do this for incoming roofing companies that, again, just to get their foot in the door and get them exposed to the industry. So we're super excited about that.
Yeah, that's fantastic. So, the International Roofing Expo has a lot to offer, and it can be a little overwhelming for a first time attendee. So, let's talk about how someone who's never been there before can really get the most out of their experience.
Um, I guess my the most important thing, I honestly think, if you download the app, it'll guide you through the entire show. Just think about it. You don't want to get dropped off at Disney without a map. So the mobile app will guide you and prepare you for your experience in the show. It'll show you everything that we have to offer. I would recommend spending some time looking at the conference sessions, identifying which ones you would like to attend, as well as, so there's conference sessions, paid conference sessions that are in the conference program, but there's also 7 educational areas on the show floor. Hands-on demos and education, you name it, is there. So just navigating, planning out your day according to what's being held with the conference program, set up appointments, and directly communicate with the exhibitors. Get face-to-face time on them. Um, we have so many networking opportunities,
Mhm.
but the first one available is our first timers reception. So you can meet the new people the first night of the show, and you basically form connections here. Coffee Shop, Roofer's Coffee Shop has sponsored this for us, and it has been so amazing to see these new people come and just their excitement for the show, and again, just making the connections and creating professional relationships. So it's again, we can spend the entire time on networking opportunities, but that's a good start. The first timers reception.
Yeah, the first timers reception is typically held right before the welcome party. So it's
Yes.
about, 30 minutes ahead of time so you can come, you can meet the other people. It kind of gives you a safe space to feel comfortable before the rush of everyone else shows up for the welcome party, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, be intentional. If you're new, make a plan. We have opportunities to connect with exhibitors on site. You can set up meetings and appointments ahead of time. Um, there's always a fun serendipitous sort of feeling there too, and where you find new and exciting things. But as a first timer, definitely have a plan going in. Use the tools that are available to you, and make sure you just participate in everything you possibly can, because you never know that one connection that you make at a first timers reception or standing in line to get a coffee could change your business forever.
Yeah, it could because, you're meeting people are coming from all over the US and even internationally. So, you're not standing talking to the guy from down the street who's competing with you. You may be talking to someone from another state and, talk about, "Hey, what worked for you and this worked for me." It's almost, like that peer group kind of opportunity that you can say, what made you come to this as a first timer? Were you having problems that you were hoping to solve? What's going on in your business? So some great conversations happen at these events. So I love that. I love networking, and I encourage everyone to make sure that you do make the most of it. Now we're going to be in Las Vegas in January, which I think is Las Vegas the trade show capital of the of the country. It seems like it's got a huge convention center, easy to get to. What are the reasons that we like Las Vegas for this event?
Yeah, I mean, you kind of hit a couple of them. The Las Vegas is definitely the trade show capital of the country at this point. The amount of space they have, they're uniquely qualified to basically handle any size event. There are numerous events going on at the same time, but
Yeah.
Vegas knows how to handle it. They are easy access from transportation, from planes or driving in from the West Coast. You certainly internationally, it's easy to get to. When you're there, it is a top destination for restaurants and entertainment and sporting events and golf and gambling and you name it. So outside of the show, there's certainly plenty to do, although we like to keep everybody inside the show as much as possible.
Yeah,
Um, and then when you're in Vegas, certainly it's easy to get in and around. There's so many different transportation options. You've got the taxis, you've got Uber and Lyft, and you've got the monorail system, and you've got the Vegas Loop now. So there's easy ways to get in and around the city, which again makes Vegas a very popular destination for not only for trade shows but certainly for vacationers all along. So again, it's been on our radar for kind of a consistent basis for having roofing come in and out of Vegas for the
sure.
foreseeable future.
Yeah. So one of the things, the IRE really does, Brandy, you said there's so many networking opportunities, and let's talk about how IRE really helps foster those connections and build community within the industry at the same time.
Yeah, I think that's what we do best, to be honest with you. Um, we've been doing it for over 60 years. The show's been around. So creating that sense of community, it extends beyond the event. It just strengthens the entire roofing industry by building everyone up and, again, fostering those undeniable connections. Some of the highlights, again, we could spend the entire program on this, but some of the highlights are our community service day that's being held a day before the show. It's my favorite day of the year, just giving back to the local community alongside with your roofing colleagues. Latino professional development. Again, we have a Latino track. We have so many things available for our Latino attendees. We're super excited about that. Roofpack has their advocacy event on that Monday night. Again, the first timers reception is a great place to network with new people coming into the industry. Again, that's sponsored by Roofers Coffee Shop. We're super thankful for that. Our welcome reception is an amazing place just to unwind with industry experts. Um, NRCA has a Empower All reception for diversity. Um, the NRCA Awards, the SRS Latino Lounge, the SRS Charity Fundraiser Concert, NRCA Student Competition. I mean, you name it, it'll be there.
Yeah. Wow. There is a lot going on, and spend the time, plan out your schedule. I always love going to the student competition, talk about the future of the industry, right? The future workforce, the construction management students competing. There's just so much. So we're always excited about it, but let's talk about what excites you most for the future of IRE and how it can impact the roofing industry overall.
Yeah, I mean, again, what excites me so much is really this community. As I mentioned in the beginning, this is going into my fourth show, and this community literally opened their arms and welcomed me in. And I say that not because it's important just to me, but they do that to everybody. And that's what's so important about this community is they're so welcoming. You could talk to a competitor who's going to help you in any way, shape, or form they can. You can talk to new people who are going to open up their wealth of experience to you. And I think that that's unique to this industry. As I mentioned, I've been in this business for over 25 years. You don't get to see that all over the place. So from the fact that this community cares about each other, they're willing to help each other out. They want to see everybody succeed. It's I'm going to get the cliche wrong, but the tide raises all
All
boats or
boats, yeah.
something
Rising
like
tide, yeah.
that. Rising tide, exactly. So I mean, certainly the community is something that I really, really, I believe will weather any storm when it comes to any headwinds that we see from an economy standpoint or political or anything like that. So that's certainly one of them. But the other thing that really gets me excited is innovation. Everything new, and there's constant innovation from the manufacturers showing new products and new technologies and new processes, and I think that's a big reason why the contractors do come to our events is they want to see what's the next thing, what's the newest thing, how can I do my job better, and prevent callbacks and all these other things that are going to allow me to succeed more in my business. So there's a passion for new within the industry, and our manufacturers deliver that in full force. And then the other thing that gets me really excited is kind of making this, and we've touched on it a few different times, is the experience of IRE.
Mhm.
We don't want this to be a trade show. I don't want someone to go, I'm going to IRE. We keep saying this term internally is I get to go to IRE. Like I want people to get excited about it because we want to make this a transformation. When you walk through those doors, from the second you walk through to when you jump on the plane, it's an entire immersive experience. Everything about it should be giving you value, having engagement, having fun. And we're all working our tails off, 365. And to come to a show and just have some, get some value out of it, make great connections, and have some fun. I mean, that's what it's all about. So we're really going to focus over the next few years. You'll see some of it this year, but over the next few years, we're really going to create an environment around IRE that's second to none in any trade show that we've ever seen.
Yeah, I think it really, the experience is the best word, and the ROI that you get out of going to the show, you have to commit to participating, being there, going to the classes, going to the networking events, attending the show. There's time after the show closes to go, gamble or see a show or have a nice dinner. But yeah, while you're there, really participate in that experience. And the new products and innovations, so exciting. You're right. And I know we've talked to some folks in the industry, and they are going to have some pretty cool stuff coming out. They're like, oh, I can't tell you, I can't tell you yet, but it's really going to be cool. And that's I think what I love the most is seeing what's new. The industry technology, even technology that goes into our products that we install. Not just tech itself, is changing so fast and becoming more resilient and better. So you are 100% going to learn something new and get some key takeaways by attending this show. So let's talk about registration. Is it open? How does somebody sign up? Give us the details.
Yeah, registration is currently open. You can go to theroofingexpo.com. Registration is available from now. You can register yourself. You can register colleagues. Our manufacturers, our exhibitors can register their staff. So we do have that open, and we certainly have the ability to register for the expo only. But as Brandy's mentioned, there's such a wealth of information in our conference program, multiple opportunities to take a super pass, which gets you access to everything. Or if you don't have the time to commit to specifically, you can buy it by the day, or you can certainly take advantage of all of the educational sessions that are on the show floor, which are not part of that specific conference program. So we're super excited about putting this all together in the next couple of months, and really look forward to seeing everybody in Las Vegas in January.
Yeah, yeah, wow. Well, I just want to thank both of you for being here and giving us that sneak peek of what we can expect at IRE 2026. Super excited for it. Thanks, Rich. Thanks, Brandy.
Thank
Thank
you,
you.
Karen.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, and thank you to everyone out there for listening. Theroofingexpo.com is the website, and we also have a directory for IRE on Roofer's Coffee Shop, as well as a countdown to IRE page. So you can actually see how many days, hours, and minutes until the event starts and get a look at some of the exciting things that are going to be happening there as well. Thanks again for being here. Thanks for listening. Be sure to subscribe on your favorite podcast platform because we want to see you on a future episode of Roofing Road Trips. See you next time. Bye.
If you've enjoyed the ride, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and join us on every roofing adventure. Make sure to visit rooferscoffeeshop.com to learn more. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll catch you on the next roofing road trip.